Hey guys, so someone pointed out that I don't really show my dividends very often in this portfolio. Most of the dividends do come from the Trading212 side, the IG one just with the gold and silver miners. Doesn't really sort of yield a lot. So yeah, just thought I would show you guys sort of what I've had. So the ISA side is largely sort of REITs and a couple of large gold and silver positions. So sort of the dividends that I get are largely just quarterly dividends and stag and realty income monthly dividends, to be honest. So yeah, I've had just over 1,000 since I started the portfolio. But yeah, there isn't all that many payers really. I've got a small one from Nintendo, and then sort of going right way back to the middle of the year, got Sentiment for £48, and then there's sort of the odd small one. Polymetal did a sort of fairly big one-off. Yeah, so that was 250, so that's a quarter of the total dividends. But yeah, you can sort of pause on these if you like, and yeah, just see exactly how much they are. There's quite a large one from Sylvania Platinum earlier in the year. Another one to come this Christmas, I believe. Yeah, so that's the ISA side. And just to remind everyone that yes, the return section sort of shows the portfolio value versus an invested amount of like 47,000. That is sort of mostly reinvested profits. So as you can see at the bottom here, it says I've deposited that. I've actually deposited 40,000, and then this deposits withdrawal thing was an error on Trading212's part. So you can see that there. It's the £120 sort of pretty much a month apart, a few weeks apart. I think that was a rights issue on Tritax Eurobox. Didn't quite execute in the right way, so I haven't actually withdrawn anything. Yeah, and the deposited amount is actually 40,000. So yeah, when you see like the 47,000 invested, I'm actually 28%, 27% up, I think. So yeah, that's the ISA side. And then this is the invest side. It's a little bit sort of more frequent payers because they're mostly dividend payers in this portfolio. Some are quite low payers, sort of 1% or so, because I'm not all that bothered about the dividend payment itself. Quite nice to get a dividend, but I'm really after sort of total return. As I say, long term, sort of after about 7%, or sort of inflation plus 4%, really, depending on what inflation is. So yeah, it's sort of mostly quarterly payers in this account. So I've had £1,250 in total. So you get sort of 3M there. So yeah, I've got 11 shares of 3M. So you get $1.48 per share per quarter at the moment. You see the withholding tax, we lose 15% on US dividends. And yeah, I get £10 1p at the moment per quarter. So yeah, just sort of looking back through. So we've got Raytheon, got Archer Daniels, little one from Unilever, that was a free share. So I've sold that now. Johnson & Johnson, Kroger and Intel. So most of them are sort of, up to £10 maybe, up to £20, the sort of main quarterly payers. I haven't got any sort of really big positions. Caterpillar, Verizon, sold that now. Bristol Myers Squibb, and then the sort of non-quarterly Volkswagen and Porsche. They're sort of semi-annually. Bank of Nova Scotia, Lunar, TSMC, that's sort of fairly small one. Yeah, TSMC, I think it's sort of 1% or so. Cardinal Health, FedEx, Vale, fairly big one from Nintendo, that's I think biannually. Broadcom is hopefully a long-term growing dividend, that's sort of 3% or so, which is pretty good. Lockheed Martin and Anthem. Shell as a reasonable dividend. eBay and Tyson Foods, Beatrice, International Paper, and yeah, then back to sort of 3M, Johnson & Johnson, and all the rest of them. So that is pretty much a quarter's dividends for the account. So yeah, it's not loads and loads. I could have obviously picked some higher payers. Yeah, just sort of looking back, there's been some sort of obviously larger payments. Legal and General is a biannually one. Rio Tinto was quite a big payer. Just trying to think where sort of the bigger payments came from. But yeah, it was a small account back then, so didn't get quite so many. So yeah, that's the portfolio's dividends really. As I say, I could sort of go for higher payers and more consistent income, but yeah, I think it's more about total return. I'm not afraid to sort of, once I hopefully start living off this portfolio, shouldn't be afraid to sell a little bit of stock rather than sort of having a stock that pays a higher dividend basically. Should be able to sort of withdraw about 4% a year, whether that be sort of withdrawing dividends or selling a little bit of stock. So yeah, that's just a quick video, just sort of show you really what dividends I get. So thanks very much guys, see you soon.